Opo. Yun po kasing requirement pagdating sa calculation po ng insurance contract liabilities is based on the contractual obligation po ng korporasyon na nakasaad po sa batas, ano po, considering na ah, ang sinusunod po namin is the RA 11223. So, the fact po na covered po ang miyembro hanggang sa mamatay po ang miyembro. So, yun pong pag-calculate ng expected benefit payouts for this member would be until the member dies po. So, for example po, age 40 na miyembro, ika-calculate po yung probability na buhay siya hanggang kailan, and then yun pong kanyang premium payment will be until age 60 po. So,
Okay. Then, Mr. Chair, I would want to ask this question. Are you a health insurance or a life insurance?
Mr. Chair, health insurance po ang social
Then-
health insurance.
How come ang pagkwenta ninyo ay parang life insurance? Kasi po, kung ganito yung mangyayari, never will it come to a point na magiging positive ang net worth ninyo. Kasi sa sobrang taas ng lifespan, especially you are getting claim, or you're computing based on yung member contributions or members who are within a capable working age pa rin. They're quite healthy. Mahaba pa ang buhay ng mga yan. So if you're going to be computing until the time wherein they are not even disabled, they're not working, to the time na mamatay sila, and we are expecting an average lifespan of what, 72 years? Negative palagi yung ano nyo. Negative palagi ang net worth ng PhilHealth mangyayari dyan. Baka you may want to reconsider kung paano yung pag-compute ninyo ng liabilities. Kasi this is going to be for a life insurance type of balance sheet. Hindi to health insurance. Ang base ninyo sa pag-health insurance, baka maximum na nga yung 3 taon. You should only be computing based on your claims until the next year only. So maybe this is, Mr. Chair, kaya there's so much that is coming out in the media and the public na mali yung interpretation nila sa balance sheet ng PhilHealth is because mali din yung mga assumptions ninyo. You may want to redo this so that it better reflects the state of the health insurer, that you would not be using this, you would not be computing this through like a life insurance. I mean, why do we do that? Because you said that you are using the guidelines of RA 11223. Tama po ba?
It's the Philippine Financial Reporting Standards po, PFRS.
But that's for a life insurance.
Hindi po, pati din po sa health insurance din po, bali. Dahil po nasa law naman po na bibigyan natin ng benepisyo yung pasyente hanggang buhay po. Kaya po yun po yung pinagbabasihan namin. Kaya meron siyang benepisyo hanggang sa mamatay. Hindi po katulad ng mga health insurance. Ang health insurance po, especially on the private side, yearly po yan. So, this year, ang premium ay valid lang for 1 year. Kasi yung coverage niya, valid lang for 1 year. So, kung hindi po siya magre-renew next year, wala na po siyang coverage. Hindi po katulad sa social health insurance na regardless po kung mag-renew o hindi po talaga nagre-renew kasi automatically covered naman po ang mga Pilipino. So, kaya po by contractual obligation,
Mr. Chair.
By law po. Mr. Chair, sorry.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Mr. Ledesma.
Noted po, Kong, on your comment. No, maybe what we'll do is we'll confer with the COA, with the Commission on Audit. We'll look into this and then we'll discuss it with them, and then we'll revert po.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank
I think
you.
That,
Thank you.
that would be a better assurance, because if this is going to be the case, if you will be following like what a life insurance is, no way will it show that PhilHealth is going to be in any good financial health with this kind of liability, diba? Yet when you look at your cash position, you're close to you're 700 billion, di ba? So it would make sense. Mr. Chair, I think I know that this is just a briefing anyway. At least what we wanted to achieve here is to assure the public that the benefits will not cease. They will still be able to avail of the benefits of PhilHealth. And if with the assurance also of the leadership of PhilHealth that there is going to be, we have the 30% across the board increase and then 50% increase in select case rates, which I assume you would study to be using maybe the top 10 or top 20 morbidity cases kasi yun naman yung talagang kailangan. And then with your reserve fund of close to 700 billion pesos na hindi naman mababang karote ang PhilHealth. Okay, so everything, yeah, I think that's it for now, Mr. Chair. I know this is just a briefing. There are still other things that we may ask from PhilHealth. We could just call them at some other time when it's more appropriate to ask these questions. But for now, Mr. Chair, thank you very much.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Ray Reyes.
Mr.
Yes.
Chair. No, just
Mr.
one last quick comment. Thank you, Kong Ray. No? So we will look into the issue with we'll discuss it with COA and also the Department of Finance. No, but it's a very good point you bring up. No, we will look into it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Dr. Albert Domingo.
Thank you. Salamat po, Mr. Chair. Hindi po kami finance experts sa DOH, pero bilang mga doktor po ay pinilit na rin naming aralin kasi kung ito yung magliligtas sa buhay, aaralin na rin namin yung insurance contract liabilities. So kung makakatulong po para sa ating komite, since briefing nga po ito, naungkat po namin yung reference material. Ito po ay Insurance Commission Circular Letter number 2022-14. Ang date po is March 14, 2022. Ang subject po is ang Adoption of Philippine Financial Reporting Standards or PFRS for Insurance Contracts. Kung saan nakalagay po na ito ay isang financial reporting framework, and I have to read it in English para makita natin yung contrast. No? This financial reporting framework is not the same as the financial reporting framework used for general purpose financial statements. Tapos nakasulat rin po dito na ito ay ginagamit para sa mga statutory financial statements and reports required by the Commission. Napaisip lang po kami, Mr. Chair, na parang ano kaya yung ibig sabihin noon. Tapos dun sa salita nung ICL, yung letter C kasi is contracts. And then nakikinig po ako sa sinabi ng ating Office of the Actuary, Acting SVP Neri, at ang sinabi po niya, Mr. Chair, is binabase kasi sa pag-private health insurance, binabase nila sa kontrata. Nabulong lang po naman sa akin ito na may tatlong elemento yung kontrata: offer, acceptance, and consideration. So, napapaisip lang ho kami sa DOH kasi wala naman ho kaming naaalala na kontrata. Baka wala naman sigurong kontrata dahil universal nga ang coverage. Pero bakit taon-taon binabayaran ang premium? Kung ang premium ay dumadating taon-taon, hindi ho kaya na merong kontrata na taunan? Kasi bakit natin kailangan magbayad taunan? Kung ang kontrata natin ay lifetime, baka dapat yung binayaran ng skin ng mga direct contributors is yung premium natin hanggang tayo po ay pumanaw, which is absurd. Hindi ho siya parang tamang pakinggan. Bakit hindi ko nga alam kailan ako mamamatay bakit ako magbabayad ng X number of years. So nabanggit lang ho namin yon kasi sa very basic understanding po namin sa DOH, ang PhilHealth po ay isang tinatawag na pay-as-you-go insurance. Sa Tagalog po ay paluwagan na kung tayo ay nabanggit po ng Honorable Kimbo kanina, Mr. Chair, yung sinasabing risk pooling na parang bakas-bakas tayo, paluwagan. Hindi ako magkakasakit ngayong taon na ito, pero may ibang magkakasakit. So yung bayad ko magagamit para sa kanya. Para sa susunod na taon, panibagong kontrata, kung ako naman yung magkasakit, gagamitin ko yung binayad ng iba para sa akin. Kung makakatulong po sana sa komite, Mr. Chair. Salamat po.
Thank you, Dr. Albert Domingo. The Chair would like to recognize the Honorable Mika Swansing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, a little bit tangential to the topic, po is one thing, since our PhilHealth family is here, I would like to take this opportunity to ask their side or give them the opportunity to clear up some of the news that